In the 1980s, Scotland repealed the Vagrancy Act. It's never been repealed in England and Wales, and I'm not sure whether it's been repealed or whether it's fully effective in Northern Ireland. But it came into existence in 1824, the Vagrancy Act, as a result of people returning from the Battle of Waterloo. And it's there, effectively, in the poem by William Blake in London, and soldiers on the begging and palace walls, and the idea that London, that civilization is unkind to people who have been reduced to poverty, and in this particular case, reduced to poverty because they have been injured during the war, and because therefore they can't get any work, and there was no help for these people. And it made sleeping rough a criminal offence, and it was opposed at the time. William Wilberforce opposed it. Later, Winston Churchill tried to amend it. But now we've got yet another example of the Home Office bullying people because there's a new plan, a new a part of the Criminal Justice Bill, which will give the police powers to prosecute the homeless under the term of nuisance rough sleeping. And anybody who is sleeping rough, or appearing to be sleeping rough, or intending to be sleeping rough in the future, likely to cause or to be a nuisance, can be charged with vagrancy effectively, and can be fined anything up to £2,500 or imprisoned. Sleeping in doorways, sleeping presumably in a box in a corner, can constitute a nuisance if that's termed so by the police. It's at the police's discretion, and it's extraordinary. And there are descriptions in this proposed bill which talk about smells and insulting words. And Crisis at Christmas is one of the organisations which is trying to draw attention to this proposed bill and the heinous crimes, or the heinous way in which it's trying to criminalise poverty. And that takes us all the way back to the 19th century and to Dickens and the and the poor law and the prisons. Oh, I thought they had failed in their useful job. I don't make merry myself, and I can't afford to make idle people merry. Are we all to become Scrooge? Or is that simply the job of Jason Cleverly, and formerly of Suella Braverman, Rishi Sunak? People who sleep rough don't do it by choice. They are vilified. They are spat at. They're treated with contempt, or they are ignored as you walk past them. And to criminalise them can only make that worse. Homelessness removes people's dignity. They lose agency, and it takes years to recover that. The ability to act for yourself. The loss of your identity. And I can't think of very many people who have ever wanted to be homeless, except perhaps Francis of Assisi, and he was making a point. Being homeless is traumatic, it's painful, and the bill which the present government is trying to put forward will make it a punishment, will punish people further for the accident that has driven them onto the street. It's not a lifestyle choice. A lifestyle choice, let's make this very clear, a lifestyle choice, as Suella Braverman called it, is to be vicious, nasty and condescending. That is a lifestyle choice. Suella Braverman has made a lifestyle choice. These people who are sleeping rough have not made a lifestyle choice. They've had a lifestyle choice imposed on them. They've not chosen that path, that pavement. Literally, they have not chosen that path. And the government doesn't need to do this. This is a distraction from its stupidity elsewhere. This is a distraction from their inability to sort out the cost of living, their inability to sort out the NHS, their inability to sort out basic justice, their inability to sort out people like Baroness Moon, Baroness Moan, Baroness Money, Baroness Moore. I give up with her name. It's to criminalise rough sleeping. And I think, if I'm right, haven't various people in the Conservative Party slept rough for a night to show some sort of alliance with the with those people who are plunged into homelessness? Isn't this something that Prince William might have done at some point, or Prince Harry? I presume the law won't have retrospective applications. But the Vagrancy Act that we've got already is bad enough. To toughen it up, to make it harsher, and to give the police even more powers is itself, I think, criminal. Homelessness should not be a crime. Homelessness should be something that we respond to with care and thoughtfulness. Yes, we don't have to have anybody homeless on our streets. We can give them the hotels that we've rented to fill with migrants who are not being processed at the moment. Process the migrants and give the hotels to the many homeless. And the Home Office just needs to start doing its job and paying its own way. Because at the moment, it doesn't demonstrate that it does anything of purpose, except sit around concocting more pernicious, more vicious, more draconian measures to hurt people in this country, and to treat people with suspicion, and to impose even harsher restrictions on individuals. Society needs to change. And as Thatcher said, society is about individuals working together. Society, there isn't some magic society. Society is about individuals, and the individuals who choose not to do their job in the Home Office simply need to resign and be replaced by people who can do the job.